Hello, it's me again, wearing my driving glasses or my outdoor glasses, basically. It's one of three pairs my sister bought for me a few years ago. Rarely ever a chance to really wear these. Anyway, I don't know if I did a review on this, and I'm kind of killing time for the last 15 minutes until my laundry's ready. I'm at a laundromat right now, um, so I want to talk about the Rookie, which is basically just it feels like another Harry Callahan sequel, another Dirty Harry movie with his sidekick is this time Charlie Sheen, and it's a bit more hilarious. It has interesting character dynamics. It has a somewhat memorable villain, which is that it's the guy who played Gomez in the Addams Family movies, and I forget what the lady's from. I know I've seen her from something. I'm not sure what, but it it has these memorable villains and plot where the good guys are kind of trying to track down the bad guys and trying to capture them, go on stakeouts, standard cop things, and um, it feels more like the more shit the two characters go through, the more they kind of respect and understand each other. So just sticking them in a van during a stakeout with the listening devices and stuff, trying to listen to drug cartels business, like they're waiting for the business to get started. They're ragging on each other about what they dislike, and he says, "I hate your damn, you know, pastry selections because they're not really like actual donuts; they're pastries." He has like a croissant, like the closest thing to a donut in there is a croissant, I think, if I remember correctly. So he throws it out the window and says, like, "That's what I hate about you. It's like you're too young. You're too young. It's like you're too old man." It's like so they kind of like this back and forth of what they dislike about each other, but they do come to respect one another because they're both capable of going the distance to not necessarily see results, but to actually get the job done, and for each other. So yeah, there's this whole thing about buckling up, and he said, this whole thing about like advertisements, like they're doing lines from advertisements from cars from back in the days. I guess I remember those commercials where they would say, handles like no other. He says, handles like no other car. Oh, you forgot to fasten your seatbelt, and so it just turns into this whole thing where it has a sense of humor to it, it has a bit of comedy to it. That's what really makes it different from the Harry Callahan films is that it has more slapsticky humor to it, just a touch more, where it's like, oh, I see what you're doing here. You're trying to do not exactly a stick or a bit. You're trying to do a button on a scene. Like after the first introduction, the night scene, which is like really good, which also parodies a couple of other movies I know. When they're trying to get a truck full of cars, you know, car tower, not car tower, but when we were trying to move like 10 cars, they're like stacked like this, in the back of a truck, blah blah blah, and it's moving down the highway. There's a couple of movies with that. Starts up with that thing where they're trying to get the bad guys, they don't get the bad guys, good cops get shot, and the lead character gets off. It's all messed up. He's there covered in dirt and grime, his hair's all messed up. He's like standing there. It's like, it's okay. I'm a cop. I'm a professional. This happens to me all the time, or something like that. And he stands there for a brief moment, and then falls over. It's like a second or two too long, and it gives you a sense like, oh, I know where you're going with this. And it's like, really, we're doing this? All right, fine, whatever. So there are a couple of scenes like that where they try to do the button, and it's like, really, we're doing the button? Really? Okay. So other than that, yes, it's a good scene. It has good characters. It has a compelling storyline. It looks nice. The cinematography is nice. And then it has this out of nowhere grandiose. Meanwhile, back at the ranch where everyone's trying to figure out what the hell's going on with our leads. Where are they? Not production, but in the middle of this case, like where are our leads? We're getting reports of just stuff happening, and then people like their officers are there causing riots and bar fights, and it's like, what is going on? Where are they? It says, tell the other guys, like the other team. He says, find them, and he says, oh, I forget how it goes, but he says, the police chief says, I want you to find them, and he says, yes, sir. He goes, you think? He says, you think so? He says, yes, that's an order, or something like that. Oh no. The police chief says, find them. The other guys say, is that an order, Captain? And the captain turns around and does this dramatic scene, even with like the cinematographer, like the camera trolleys with him or whatever, as it goes with him. As he walks back out of his office, he says, that wasn't an order. This is an adventure. I seriously, he says that. Just like that. And then it cuts away. It's like, what the hell was all that dramatic about? Like why did it go into almost like Shakespearean levels of what the fuck? Like, why? Just like, why did that scene and we don't know why the scene had to exist, but why did that line have to be in there? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe people liked it too much when he was ad-libbing or something. I don't know. But it is rather interesting because it's also the trailer. But yeah, just so much happens in that film. It's ridiculous. Brutally long, like struggling fights. Dramatic. Okay, I'm here. And Clint Eastwood, apparently the only time he's actually getting kidnapped in his filmography, as far as I'm aware. And the only downside to this whole thing, I'm going to go to spoiler territory. So if you don't want me to spoil it, turn off now, go watch it or whatever, then come back. But the one downside to this whole thing, I find, is the ending. Because the ending is not done dramatically, and it's over. Isn't the fastest drawer in the West moment. It's more, they defeat the villain. He's on the ground. He's bleeding out. I'm guessing. I don't know. Sure. The hero, Clint Eastwood, gets the bullet from around the guy's neck because he and his girlfriend have this like death wish thing going on where they say, this is the bullet with my name on it, and they wears it around his neck. So Clint Eastwood takes the bullet, puts it in his gun because he's out of bullets, and then shoots the guy in the head, completely unarmed, or more so dying, I'm not sure, and shoots him because this guy also killed his other ex-partner. It's Clint Eastwood film, so yeah. So and then Charlie Sheen also gets the guy's girlfriend, and it's like, is that it? That's how it ends? Very anticlimactically. Alright, fine, whatever. And then these guys are heroes. They save the day, and they get promotions, and are rock stars, and it's like, I don't believe that, because in the Dirty Harry series, we do see he gets busted down in rank. He comes this close to being fired if he doesn't quit already. So yeah, that kind of feels a bit more realistic, that no, you don't get to become the hero of this movie by the end of the film. So them becoming heroes kind of just is more of a trope, an unrealistic trope. So it's kind of like, okay, so I guess we're doing that. And then it just ends on a hallway scene, and those people walk further on into the hallway, and that's it. That's the end of the movie, and then roll credits, and that's it. So was it a fun thrill ride? Yes. Does it have an anticlimactic and unrealistic ending? Yes. That sets up more of the tropes of the time? Yes. Were people getting away from hard, slow drama like Dirty Harry to the slapstickiness of comedy, basically. So yes, I recommend it. See what you think of it, and that's all I could say. Let me go check my clothes. Alright, so check it out, see what you think, and like, subscribe, and comment down below. Bye.